What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only, and if you're new here, I'm a working class individual just like you probably. And yeah, I'm sick of the same old. I've been trying to learn, understand money, learn how to read charts, and try to better my life. So I would say for like the bulk of my life, the most I ever had at any given time was like a few $1,000s, and that was usually after a tax return or something, right? It'd be like, yes, I'm rich. And it'd be short-lived, and you'd be right back to paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, I just kind of got tired of it. I'm like, okay, I'm getting older now. I really need to, like, strap in and try to, you know, maybe retire one day. I gotta stop the partying and screwing around. And now, actually, you know, I've got, $3,000 that I'm just playing with. And if I lose it all, I don't care, really. And I remember back, you know, in 2008, and here's the thing. 2008, I did my taxes, and I remember we got a stimulus check, and I'm like, yes, right? But what followed that? I couldn't get a job. I remember I was down in Florida, I couldn't get a job. I had to come back up to Boston. And think about it. How many stimulus checks did we get this time for COVID? How many stimulus checks? And like, I know people that never paid a dime in taxes their entire freaking like life. I know somebody personally. He's like 2 floors away from me right now. Never paid a dime in over 10 years in taxes. Always worked for cash. And the pandemic happens, and he made it rain on him. Gave him unemployment, gave him everything. So, yeah, think about how many stimulus checks, all the unemployment that came around this go around. It's not going to be good. I mean, look at gas prices, look at groceries. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. So, you know, I got tired of all that crap, and I remember this. Right when the pandemic happened, right, like, we were getting shut down from work, and I remember I got stimulus checks, I got unemployment, and I didn't spend 1 cent of it. Not a cent, because I knew what was coming. I took every penny that the government gave me, and I shoved it into the stock market in a personal trading account. And it was the best thing I ever did. And I remember I was telling the guys at work, like, hey, I'm buying this, I'm buying this, you know. I'm getting these stocks. You should get the stocks, right? And they were all looking at me like I was batshit crazy. You're an idiot. Okay. All right. Well, I did pretty darn good. I must say. I did pretty good. But I had 2 huge tax bills because I took profit, you know, some of it in 1 year and some of it the year after to kind of split it up. So I knew I owed Uncle Sam regardless, because it was a personal trading account, not a retirement account. So to try to get around the taxes the best I can, I've been stuffing money into the retirement account so I don't have to pay them, but I still had a bill. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I've always had a really deep interest in the foreign exchange because it's 50 times leverage. It's not like Bitcoin where you have to like transfer your money and put it in the wallets, and you get charged on the way in and charged on the way out, and it takes forever for these transfers to take place, and you can't set stop losses and take profits. Yeah, I wanted to figure this out, and I figured, well, if I owe Uncle Sam anyway, I'd rather take the money and fling it out the window than give it to Uncle Sam willingly. That's just me, but yeah, whatever. We're gonna get after it, you know. Eventually we're gonna get this down, and we're going to make some money. So I've definitely gone through the stages of beginner's luck. I had that, you know, definitely in the beginning. I had a couple of great trades. Remember USD CAD, made $1,000 while I slept one night, and I was like, yes. But I've also taken some pretty big losses too. So I was a consistent loser for a long time. And then I've been kind of upgraded into a consistent break-even trader, and that's kind of where I've been stuck for a while. But I'm trying to just get myself just above that and become profitable. I'm actually in profit right now for the year, but not by much. and I'd like it to be a lot more than what it is. So we're gonna just keep after this and try to play by the rules that I've learned and see how it works. So let's get after it. So first off, I had 2 trades out, or I had 2 pending orders last video, and they were Euro CAD and Euro USD. So here's Euro CAD. Let's bring out Mr. Fibonacci. And I said, if we get a small wick when the daily candle closes, I'm going to set my order at the 236 Fibonacci retracement level. We got a small wick on the daily. So that's where my order went. 236, and look what happened. Price retraced during the night. Right on the money. Right on the money. Filled my position and started pushing up. Yes. That is nice. But this is the only thing that's concerning, right? Because we had Thursday. Thursday was like bullish, right? We had triple bottom and then big bullish move. And then Friday was kind of flat. So, you know, maybe this was like some institutions, but now we need some more buyers to back this up. It was kind of flat on Friday. Maybe this is going to come down and find another level before it heads up. That could be a possibility. And I want to see, you know, the market opens in a few hours. I want to see, I'm going to watch this, and I may even bring my stop loss to break even or something and set another order down here somewhere, maybe at this level or something, and then put my stop loss back below the low. Because this one I am a little bit over risked on, and if this thing goes against me and stops me out, it'll be like almost $500 loss. So you know, I don't mind a couple $100, but 500 is just a little bit too much. But do we have criteria for this trade for this coming week? Yeah, I think so. I do. Look at it monthly wise. Looks like it's starting to roll here, right? Starting to roll on this area of support. And then if we go to the weekly chart, well, we have a weekly bullish engulfing. Yes. We also have a triple bottom. And this weekly bullish engulfing candle. So I say, yes. This fits the bill. This fits the bill. So then we actually need to go, because on the daily we don't really. Oh, that's supposed to be weekly. This is supposed to be 4 hour. Yes, okay. So on the 4 hour chart, we have a rotation. We have a swing break rotation, or bullish rotation, because it closed below, above the previous high. So yeah, like I say, this thing could come back down, find more buyers, and then rip higher. And I could probably just leave this order just like this, and I'll probably be okay. And I might. I don't know yet. I'm gonna see. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Euro USD. I had a position at 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, and something told me to bring it down to the 618 at the last second, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because it kind of bounced there instead of here, and now I'm in profit versus probably being at break even. But regardless, we have criteria. You know, the US dollar, pushed up and made a higher high. But here's a little thing that I just didn't realize. This move up happened before the Fed spoke, right? And then right here, the Fed comes out and says, we're going to raise interest rates 75 basis points, right? You would expect the market to go flying up. It didn't. It went down. So that 75 basis point hike was already priced into the market before the meeting. So this is good. So this means that potentially this could retrace down. Looks like it might. So that actually made a higher high, and then Euro should have made a lower low. It did not. It made a higher low. So this is looking good for the euro, like it's starting to gain strength. Look at that weekly candle action. It's not a 382. It's very, very close. But that's a decent weekly candle action. You know, we just tested this area pretty much twice, but we got a higher low. And now on the 4-hour chart, we have a nice swing break rotation. I mean, we did some structure damage here, right? And price retraced nice and slow too on Friday. Nice and slow. All day it took to retrace. Finally found support and started pushing. So regardless, this is the entry. Lower low stop loss. Aiming to the upside. And if price just comes down and stops me out, then it stops me out. I'm going to trade this and just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again and see what happens. But I think it's not just the swing break, it's also a bit of context behind the swing break. So we'll see. And then Euro JPY, which this I'm not sure about this. Personally, I don't know. We do have a 382 pin bar on the weekly though. And that's another thing I said. Every time I see a 382 pin bar, I'm going to trade it. But I kind of want to see price come like down and make a 382 pin bar and then like head up, not be like heading up and then have a 382 pin bar. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Regardless, it's been bullish overall. We're going with the trend. We're going with the flow here, which is usually a safer bet. You know, it's been ripping. We got this retracement, and now we have a swing break rotation. So, okay. I'm going to wait for a retracement down into this most obvious area, looking for further upside, stop loss below the low. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. If I win, I win. We'll see. We shall see. CAD Swiss franc. Dude, look at that. Look at that weekly candle action there. So bearish, it took out a swing low by itself. Just one candle. Not even multiple candles. Nice. This looks bearish, big picture. It's been going down, 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 down. Like big picture. Down. And you can see this level. We keep smacking our head into it here. Oh, false break. Then it comes back down, smacking our head, smacking our head. Then it kind of came down, launched back up. Went for it a second time. Looks like we're getting rejected. Looks like we might be coming back down. These candle actions look pretty good on the monthly chart, but this one hasn't closed yet, so we're going to be careful of that. But we have a weekly bearish engulfing. So I'm going to watch this. I don't have a pending order out yet because, you know, I was thinking like the 618, but I think that might be a bit much because of how bearish this kind of closed. I don't know that it's going to make it up to here before going down. So I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this on the 4-hour chart this week as much as I can. And if I can kind of spot something or maybe see a 4-hour candle or something that I like, I might try to hop in short and just throw my stop above that high. Aiming to the downside and see what happens. And then obviously NZD CAD. I've been watching this guy because, you know, this looks bullish, big picture, and I would love to get in at the bottom and ride this thing for a while. But and who knows? We might have already hit bottom. This could have been the bottom right here, but we don't know that. And yeah, we got weekly bullish engulfing again. Seems to be a theme lately. We don't have a 382 pin bar on the monthly yet. We may or may not get one. I don't know. But regardless, we have this. Yeah, big swing break rotation. So I'm looking for price to come back down to 618 for further upside. Stop loss below this low. And that's the thing here, right? this could just rip higher and never come down. And if that's the case, well then, more than likely, EuroCAD is just going to rip higher and never retrace. So it might be a mistake to do anything with this position. I should probably just leave it. But if this does retrace, and I'm in the negative for a bit, then there's a good chance that this guy is going to get filled, and then they could possibly both go up, or they could both be a loss. That's the other possibility. I don't know. I don't think so. We got weekly bullish engulfing, but I would expect some sort of fakery and shakery to happen. So I'm sure that they're going to test some people here. I'm sure. You know, like I say, a bunch of institutions probably jumped in. Cool. But I don't think the other ones are just going to jump in right on top. Like, they're gonna try to shake off the weasels and then go higher. I don't know. We'll see. And Aussie, New Zealand. I missed this 2 weeks ago. Not last week, but the week before. We had a 382 pin bar reversal candle on the weekly. And every time I see one of these, I want to trade it. Every time. So here's one. This just happened, and the other week just happened. I want to just take a look to see what actually happened, so I know what to expect in the future. So you can see this thing pushed up and then sold back off by the end of the week, and we got a 382 pin bar reversal candle on the weekly. Cool. So if we were at this point now and we're like, okay, now we want to trade this, what do we do? There's not really too many clear levels here to me. So whenever in doubt, 618, right? 618 fib. Looking for further downside. Stop loss 15 pips. 15 pips above the last swing high. Now I'm starting to see why the mentor says that, because this did break this swing high. It did. Just barely, but not by 15 pips. So if you went with the 618 Fibonacci retracement level here, stop loss above this high, aiming to the downside, you would be in pretty nice profit right now. All off of a 382 pin bar on the weekly. And it did break the wick swing high here, so that's crazy. So regardless, you know, I did lose a lot of money in this trade, because I was trying to get in short way before this was ready to come down. But this was a little while ago. But if you go across and look at some of the NZD pairs, they're looking rather bullish lately. And if you go and look at some of the Aussie pairs, like Aussie USD, where is it? Aussie USD, yeah, 4-hour chart, we're actually breaking swing lows. So Aussie's looking kind of bearish. Okay. So Aussie New Zealand, I would say at the very least, you know, price is probably going to come down and try to test this long-term trend line again. And then maybe bust through, test, and go lower, possibly, or, you know, test and go higher. I don't know, but for now, I'm looking for a ride down to there. That's what I'm looking for. So this thing closed really, really bearish. There's like no wick at the bottom at all. That's crazy. So I don't know if this momentum is just going to carry through and this thing is just going to go. And it could. I mean, this thing could just go and come down and break this swing low. That's a very good possibility. I'm really hoping for a retracement back up for further downside. But we may not get it. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I would say, yeah, this is a level of support here. Maybe we hit this area over here and then it goes. Yeah, but regardless, I'm waiting for that I'm waiting for this retracement for further downside. Stop loss above these highs. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'll look for another opportunity. But yeah, anyways, those are the Forex trades. Bighorn's still not looking good. But, you know, I remember this guy that I was listening to 2 years ago, and he was saying that Bitcoin was going to 5 to 10,000, and everyone thought he was a conspiracy theorist and a crazy asshole. Look what's happening. It's going to 5 to 10,000. That's what it looks like. And in the retirement portfolio, I think the only thing that's up right now for me is NEO. You know, I remember when we were at 11 bucks, I was like, this is too good to be true. NEO, 11 bucks? You know, it kind of came back down, hit 14 bucks, and I was like, yep, thank you, I'm in. And it's up at like 20 bucks. So, go NEO. But everything else that I have is, it's ugly. Ugly. But you know what, it is what it is. I didn't buy at the top. You know, Tesla was one of the good ones from, I got a couple shares of Tesla back at like 400 bucks and rode it all the way up to like 1100 and change and jumped out. And then I bought back in around like 700. So if it goes lower, it goes lower. You know, I don't have to feel too bad about myself. I didn't buy it at 1200. And then, you know, just, yeah, it is what it is. Mara, Riot, they're not doing great, but these are long-term holds. I'm not going to like stress out about the retirement portfolio. The only reason the money is there is because it was either give it to Uncle Sam or throw it in there. So I'm going to throw it in there every single time. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have time, maybe. In your spare time, that'd be cool. Get after it. Make some money. Be careful. See you in the next one. So this old bird wants to take our rights away. And just took a steaming dump on my desk. But we won't stand for it, will we, Nancy? No, no, no. Bad Nancy.